and supporting our operators to get the best out of our equipment. Early on in our journey, we decided
Space stocks that will make future millionaires in 2021. FOMO ALERT. These are the technologies that are ready for today's challenges and forging tomorrow's path to space, the final frontier. We're talking about buying stocks in space. Okay, let's try that again. To get to space, the final frontier, we need craft that can take us there. Humanity has had this for quite some time, but it hasn't been enough to take us to the stars like it did in Star Trek. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 10. Garmin Limited. Garmin ranks 10th in our list of the best space stocks to buy right now. The navigation and communications provider enabled by GPS technology was founded in 1989. The company was awarded the Supplier of the Year award from Embraer. This marked their 11th time to receive the award. Recently, the company announced the acquisition of all the assets of Geo's worldwide limited subsidiaries. Brad Trankel, vice president of Garmin's outdoor segment, said the acquisition will enable them to provide more peace of mind to their users with this acquisition. Garmin is now able to provide even more peace of mind to our InReach users in an emergency. Every moment matters. The addition of IERCC to the Garmin family reinforces our commitment to helping our active lifestyle customers make it home safe from their adventures. The top hedge fund holder of this stock is Cliff Arns, AGR Capital Management, which had over $158 million invested in the stock at the end of September. GPS is a technology that is always useful and always growing, especially as details and better maps can be provided. So if you think this is something you'd feel safe in investing in, by all means. Number 9. Trimble. Don't know about Trimble? Don't worry, we've got your back on that one. The company is a California-based hardware, software, and services technology company. It delivers products that aim to connect the physical and digital worlds. During the third quarter of 2020, the company reported a $792.8 million revenue. If you think about it, that's pretty awesome revenue. And given that their market is digital and physical items for computers and devices to connect better, that means the more they make, the better their stock will be, especially if they make a breakthrough item that could change everything.
and supporting our operators to get the best out of our equipment. Early on in our journey, we decided.
Number 8. SiriusXM Holdings. Yes, here's a company you should know quite well. SiriusXM is known as one of the top broadcast companies. Sirius operates from its satellites. Recently, the company announced that they have extended their agreement with the National Basketball Association, in which users will gain access to live audio broadcasts for every NBA game. So if you're looking for a stock to invest in that you personally feel won't hurt you for not knowing what exactly they do, this is a good one to jump onto. Because they're one of the current kings of radio broadcasting, and that's not hard to understand at all.
I have 2 grandchildren. I'm positive they're going to consume audio. I'm positive of it.
Number 7. Honeywell. Honeywell is a company you may not have heard of before, but you'll definitely want to check into it for various reasons. In an article, Madison Investments mentions that the stock is a relative yield example. Within industrials this quarter, we're highlighting Honeywell as a relative yield example with industrials. Honeywell is a leading industrial conglomerate with an increasing focus on software and automation. We believe its global scale history of innovation and strong culture focused on continuous operational efficiency creates a sustainable competitive advantage. Honeywell operates 4 segments, including aerospace building technologies, performance materials and technology, and safety and productivity solutions. These businesses serve diverse end markets, including aerospace, U.S. defense contractors, e-commerce, and oil and gas customers.
Software, data, insights. The system works continuously.
Number 6. Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman is a company that, like many on this list, has dabbled in affairs both above Earth and upon it. During the third quarter of 2020, the global aerospace and defense technology company announced the sales increase of $7 to $9.1 billion from $8.5 billion in the third quarter of 2019. The top hedge fund holders of this stock is Peter Ratchen's, Bruce Clark, and John Campbell's Arrow Street Capital, which had over $195 million invested in the stock at the end of September.
You're there from developing the mission architecture all the way up through integration test onto mission completion.
Number 5. L3 Harris. The next space company we have is L3 Harris. The company operated in every domain: air, land, sea, space, and cyber. They're responsible for delivering end-to-end solutions that meet customer mission-critical needs. Recently, the Missile Defense Agency awarded LHX with a $121 million contract to build a prototype satellite that will track hypersonic weapons. The top hedge fund holder of this stock is Rick Dillion's Diamond Hill Capital, which had over $174 million invested in the stock at the end of September. An insider recently purchased 161 shares at around $191. Number 4. HEI Designs. HEI designs and produces jet engines and aircraft component replacement parts. The stock was mentioned as one of the 15 best undervalued stocks to buy. Now, the top hedge fund holder of this stock is Robert Joseph Caruso's Select Equity Group, which had over $88 million invested in the stock at the end of September. An insider recently purchased 978 shares at around $111 per share.
It's taken a while for us to surpass our own class-leading titanium blade.
Number 3. Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin is a name you likely know well due to its development of jets for the military, among other things. The top hedge fund holder of this stock is Peter Ratchen's, Bruce Clark, and John Campbell's Arrow Street Capital, which had over $479 million invested in the stock at the end of September. An insider recently purchased 1,354 shares at around $376. In an article, River Park Advisors LLC mentioned that under GEM's leadership, the stock grew its market capitalization from $2 billion to $100 billion. Lockheed Martin is the world's largest aerospace and defense contractor, with about 70% of its $60 billion in revenue from the U.S. government. The company is well positioned to benefit from U.S. defense budget growth, historically 5 to 6% per year, as well as increased global military spending. With a $144 billion backlog and deliveries forecast to reach 180 aircraft per year, in 4 to 5 years, we believe the company could grow at a significantly higher rate than overall defense budget growth. Over the next several years, the Street expects mid-single-digit revenue growth for the company, in line with overall market growth due to its exposure to faster-growing programs. We believe the company can exceed that growth rate and add margin expansion from increased sales, further strategic acquisitions, debt paydowns, a 2 dividend yield, and continued share buybacks. From $6 billion per year of free cash flow should lead to even greater shareholder returns under Jim's leadership. AMT grew its market capitalization from $2 billion to $100 billion, and as both a shareholder and U.S. citizen, we look forward to him bringing his vast array of leadership skills to LMT.
Because I was lucky to fly a number of Lockheed products. Lockheed was always there to bring in new...
Number 2. RTX. Going on from there, we have RTX, another company that has had its hand in various things over the years. The top hedge fund holder of this stock is Eric W. Mandel's Bat Sorb and Capital Partners, which had over $801 million invested in the stock at the end of September. An insider purchased 1,000 shares at around $52 a share. Check out this article where Third Point talked about the stock. We are pleased that the board of directors decided to split United Technologies' core UTC into 3 separate focused companies. Unfortunately, the initial announcement caused confusion and created uncertainty about the free cash flow generation of newly acquired Rockwell Collins. We believe management has largely rectified this by shortening the time to separation and providing better disclosure on Rockwell Collins' free cash flow generation. We have urged management to quantify the elimination of standard costs and explore a highly value-creating transaction for Carrier and believe that they are receptive to these suggestions. Despite the separation announcement UTC's, some of the parts discount has continued to widen, and the valuation gap versus UTC's closest multi-industry peer Honeywell International has reached a new 10-year high. The coming separation will shine a greater spotlight on the large valuation gap to UTC's pure-play peers. During the separation process, we expect the management team to highlight UTC's asset quality and to increase transparency around Pratt & Whitney's very significant multi-year inflection and free cash flow generation. Number 1. Dish. Dish is one of the top television providers in American television. Recently, the company announced that they have reached an agreement with Nexstar Media Group to provide users the ability to tune in to Nexstar-owned programs, including news, entertainment, and sports. Brian Nylon, Group President of Dish TV, said, "We are pleased to have reached an agreement that benefits all parties, especially our customers. Thank you for all your patience and understanding as we worked through the negotiations." The top hedge fund holder of this stock is Boykins Curry Eagle Capital Management, which has over $468 million invested in the stock at the end of September. So, what do you think of this look at the companies that are determined to send us back into space that you should pay attention to for various reasons? Do you feel that they're indeed worthy of your investment? Which ones are you most interested in potentially buying into? Or are you going to wait for the next major breakthrough to truly make it worth your while? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time on the channel.